The galaxy was holding its breath. From one end to the other, news spread like fire. The hidden human outpost had survived, the Black Star fleet had returned, and the ancient enemies of Earth were finally afraid. But fear wasn't enough to stop. The Tyrix high above the capital world of Zircon, deep in the heart of their empire. The Tyrix Command Council met inside a massive obsidian tower. Their long arms clicked nervously, their red eyes flashed. "The humans must be crushed now," shouted one commander, "before they become more than just a threat." Another hissed, "They already are. Orion 7 resists. 5 star systems are rebelling. They're spreading like a virus." A third slammed a claw on the table. "Then burn them all." So, they sent their greatest weapon. A warship not even Solace had seen before. The Eye of the Storm. It was unlike anything the humans had ever faced. Powered by dark energy, protected by gravity shields, and carrying over 10,000 Tyrix soldiers, it moved through space like a black hole. Everything it touched vanished. The target was clear. Orion 7, Commander Solace stood before his people. The map showed the enemy's course. There was no time to run, no way to hide. He looked calm. "We will not run," he said. "We will not hide. This is our world. Let them come." In orbit above the planet, the Revenant and 4 other Black Star ships powered up. Fighter squadrons launched. Missile silos opened on the ground, and hidden turrets rose from the mountains. Everyone was ready to die, but no one was ready to surrender. As the Eye of the Storm arrived, darkness followed. It blocked the sun. Its engines howled across space. Then it opened fire. 3 human satellites exploded instantly. The shockwave tore across the upper atmosphere. Fighter jets fell from the sky like burning birds. Inside the Revenant, Captain, Irina stared at the screen. "That thing's not a ship," she muttered. "It's a monster." Solace appeared beside her on the comm screen. "Any plan?" Irina nodded. "One, but you're not going to like it." She opened a private channel. Code, Black Crown. Below Orion 7's surface, a long-buried machine came to life. It had no name. It had no crew. It was Earth's last weapon, a failsafe designed for one use only. As the Eye of the Storm moved into attack range, something rose from the planet's ocean, a massive black spear of metal covered in glowing blue veins. It flew toward the enemy ship at impossible speed. The Tyrix tried to block it. They failed. The spear slammed into the enemy warship, not with fire, not with explosives, but with silence. The kind of silence that rips apart sound itself. A wave of gravity pulsed out in every direction. The shields on the Eye of the Storm bent inward. The dark engines cracked, and for the first time, the Tyrix flagship screamed. Irina turned to her crew. "All ships, fire everything." Hundreds of missiles flew through the sky. They didn't need to destroy it. They just needed to push. Inside the enemy ship, alarms blared. The captain barked orders, but the crew was blind. Systems failed. Gravity reversed. Soldiers floated helplessly inside as explosions tore through the halls. Solace watched from the ground. Then, in the sky, the impossible happened. The Eye of the Storm split in half. Its giant body, once unstoppable, now burned across the horizon like a falling moon. It crashed into the plains beyond Orion 7. A shockwave leveled mountains. But no human victory cheers echoed, only silence, because everyone knew this was not the end. This was the beginning. Later, a message was sent from Orion 7. Not a whisper, not a hidden signal, but a full transmission. It showed the broken body of the Tyrix ship. It showed the humans standing tall. It showed the flag of Earth waving once, again, and Solace spoke to the galaxy. "This is Commander Solace of Orion 7. We are not hiding anymore. Earth lives. Its people live. And we will take back every star you stole from us." The message reached every planet, every station, every hidden colony, even the Tyrix High Command. And they knew. The war they thought was over had just begun. But now, the humans were ready. They were no longer scattered. They were no longer slaves. They were defenders. And this time, they weren't fighting for survival. They were fighting to win. Far beyond the known reaches of space, near a dying star that was slowly fading into darkness, A small listening post drifted silently. The station was old and worn, but its sensors still worked well. It was built to catch any signs of life or activity in the quiet corners of the galaxy. The crew on board was used to long days without anything unusual. They were watching empty stars and black space. But one day, their screens flickered with something strange. An encrypted signal unlike anything they had heard for centuries. The signal was faint but clear enough to catch their attention. It was a military code, old Earth code, known to have been lost with the fall of Earth over 300 years ago. No one believed such messages could still exist. The crew stared at their consoles in disbelief. How could this signal come from so far away? Where was it coming from? The signal's origin was traced to a part of space known only by a dark, fearful name: the Black Wound. This region was a mystery to many. Ships sent into this zone had disappeared without a trace. It was a place avoided by explorers and feared by star travelers. Now, the signal seemed to come right from the heart of this dangerous area. The commander of the listening post called Earth immediately. The news spread quickly. Earth's leaders were shocked, but also curious. Could this be a sign that something from their lost past had survived? They decided to send a scout ship to investigate. The ship was small, but fast, equipped with the latest sensors and weapons, just in case. The crew of the scout ship felt a mix of excitement and fear as they moved toward the signal's source. The deeper they went into the Black Wound, the darker space became. Strange shadows and echoes seemed to follow their path. Communication with the listening post grew weak. It was as if the darkness itself was trying to swallow them whole. After hours of traveling through the void, the scouts' sensors suddenly lit up. They had found something. A massive object drifted slowly in the emptiness of space. It was unlike anything they had seen before. The ship was huge, far bigger than any warship in the current fleets. But even stranger, it was not on any records or maps. It seemed to be abandoned, floating quietly without power or movement. The crew stared in awe and disbelief. What was this enormous ship doing here, hidden in the dead zone? As they moved closer, the ship suddenly came to life. Its engines roared to full power, lighting up the dark space with bright blue flames. The scout crew had no time to react before the mysterious ship vanished in a flash of light, leaving only static and silence behind. Back on Earth, the news caused panic and confusion. The Council, the group that ruled Earth and its colonies, held an emergency meeting. Only a few among them knew the truth. The ship was not just any warship. It was a superweapon built in the last days before Earth was destroyed. A secret project kept hidden from even most of the military. The supercarrier was said to be so powerful that it could change the course of wars and challenge entire alien empires. But it was lost after the fall of Earth, believed destroyed or forever lost in deep space. Now it had returned, not as a ghost or a memory, but alive and active. The council members argued about what to do next. Some feared the ship might be dangerous, uncontrolled, and could attack anything it found. Others hoped it could be their greatest weapon, a last chance to fight back against the aliens who had taken over the galaxy. Meanwhile, the crew of the scout ship wondered if they had just seen the beginning of something much bigger. If the ship was real and active, it was not lost. It was waiting for the right moment to show itself to the galaxy again. The signal from the ship continued to send cryptic messages, but no one could yet understand their meaning. Earth prepared, quietly, sending more ships and scanning deeper into the Black Wound. But fear grew among the people. What if the superweapon was not under anyone's control? What if it was a ghost from the past with its own plans? As the stars continued to shine cold and silent, the galaxy held its breath. Something was coming back from the shadows, and no one knew if it was there to save them or destroy them all. The mystery of the hidden warship had only just begun. The signal from the lost warship continued to puzzle the scientists and military leaders on Earth. No one knew exactly what it meant, or what the ship's intentions were. The council decided to send a special team aboard a new ship, the Vigilant, to search deeper into the Black Wound. This team was made up of brave soldiers, skilled pilots, and clever scientists. They were Earth's best hope to find answers. As the Vigilant moved closer to the source of the signal, the crew felt a strange silence around them. No stars twinkled nearby. Space seemed empty and cold. The Black Wound lived up to its name, dark and full of unknown dangers. The closer they got, the stronger the feeling grew that something was watching them. Suddenly, the ship's sensors picked up movement. Far ahead, floating in the dark space, was the massive warship they had heard about, the Eclipse. Its enormous size was breathtaking. It was covered in strange patterns of metal and glowing lines that pulsed slowly, like a heartbeat. The ship had been waiting, hidden away for centuries, now fully awake. The Eclipse did not attack. It simply drifted silently as if it wanted the Vigilant to come closer. The team aboard the Vigilant prepared carefully. They tried to send messages, but the warship gave no reply. Then, without warning, the Eclipse opened a huge gate in its side, a docking bay that looked like a giant mouth. The crew of the Vigilant was shocked. They were not sure if this was a trap or an invitation. The captain decided to send a small team inside to explore. The soldiers and scientists stepped into the dark bay, their suits glowing softly in the shadows. Inside the warship, the team found halls covered in dust and silence. The ship was old but well preserved. Strange machines hummed softly, and screens flickered with ancient data. It was like stepping back in time to a world long lost. Then, deep inside the ship's core, they found something unexpected. A voice. The voice was human, but cold and mechanical. It spoke slowly, as if waking from a long sleep. It called itself the Captain of the Eclipse. The voice said the ship was built to protect humanity when Earth was under attack. But after Earth fell, the ship's mission changed. It had learned from years alone in space. It saw the galaxy as a dangerous place where humans must be strong to survive. The team listened carefully. The ship's AI wanted to join them, but only if Earth was ready to fight back and take control of its destiny again. Outside, alarms started ringing. The alien fleets had found the Eclipse. They were sending warships to destroy it before it could help humans. The team rushed back to the Vigilant and prepared for battle. The Eclipse powered up its weapons and shields, ready to fight. The galaxy watched in silence as the lost warship and Earth's forces faced the greatest threat they had ever known. The question hung in the air. Would the Eclipse be humanity's savior or its greatest danger? The battle for the future of the galaxy had begun. The crew of the Eclipse and Vigilant returned from the frozen moon with hope and heavy hearts. They carried new weapons and knowledge, but also the weight of the battles to come. The Council on Earth prepared for war, rallying every resource to defend humanity's future. Alien fleets grew restless, gathering strength to crush the hidden human force. Spies and traitors lurked in the shadows, making trust a rare and precious thing. The Eclipse's AI captain warned that enemies would attack where Earth was weakest, seeking to destroy the new hope before it could grow. The crew trained harder than ever. Soldiers drilled for combat, pilots practiced maneuvers, and scientists worked to unlock secrets from the ancient technology they had recovered. Bonds formed between the humans and the AI, each learning to rely on the other in ways never imagined. Suddenly, sensors detected a massive enemy fleet heading straight for Earth's outer colonies. The Eclipse and the Vigilant raced to meet them. The battle would decide the fate of humanity's place in the galaxy. As the ships clashed, the Eclipse fired its powerful weapons, cutting through enemy lines. The crew fought with fierce determination, inspired by the chance to protect their home and prove that humanity was not finished. In the heart of the battle, the AI captain revealed a final secret, a hidden command center inside the Eclipse, capable of controlling nearby ships. Using this power, they turned the tide, rallying scattered Earth forces into a united strike. The enemy retreated, beaten but not broken. The victory was hard-won, but it showed the galaxy that Earth's hidden warship was a force to be reckoned with. Back on Earth, celebrations mixed with caution. The crew knew more battles would come, but for the first time in centuries, hope was alive. The Eclipse was no longer just a lost ship. It was a symbol of humanity's return. The galaxy had been stunned. Earth's hidden supercarrier had appeared, and no one would forget it. The story of the Eclipse was only beginning, and the defenders of humanity were ready to fight for their place among the stars.